Look at the screen. Listen to the audio. Feel the weight of the chair. These sensations are translated signals. Every interaction you have with the world is processed through an interface before you are allowed to experience it. Before any raw data reaches your conscious mind, it passes through a translation filter. This filter organizes the chaos of the environment into a format that feels usable and recognizable. This creates the problem of sensory closure. Your senses are the tools used to perceive the world, but they also prevent you from verifying that world. You cannot use the senses to step outside of the senses and check if their reporting is accurate. This represents a closed experiential loop. All evidence points back to the center, referring only to the system itself. There is no external reference. Consistency is often confused with truth. Stability only proves the interface is self-supporting. Outside your perception, space remains blank and unverified. If reality cannot be verified from within this loop, then treating daily experience as final truth is a form of blind consent. We are agreeing to remain inside a containment architecture simply because we haven't looked for the walls. The human body functions as a rigid hardware layer. Its primary role is the conversion of unknown data into organized output. It is the machinery that generates the world you see. Within this hardware, pain and reward operate as steering signals. They are regulatory mechanisms designed to capture attention and force specific behaviors, ensuring the body maintains the requirements of the system. The result is the eidolon layer. This is the rendered software world, the field of objects, people, and events that awareness actually navigates. You are interacting with a representation of the environment, not the environment itself. Creating this layer requires massive data compression. The system takes the infinite complexity of the raw world and flattens it into recognizable categories and objects so the mind can function without being overwhelmed. Your daily reality is a low-resolution software dashboard. It is optimized for behavioral control and survival, rather than for showing you a high-fidelity map of what is actually there. The interface remains effective only as long as you stay invested in the simulation. To ensure this, the system uses a psychological anchor. Identity binding is the mechanism that attaches the label of self to incoming signals. When the system says, "This is happening to me," neutral events are transformed into personal ownership, instantly deepening your immersion. This diagram shows the construction of a narrative. Past memories and future expectations snap onto the central node of awareness, locking you into a continuous story you feel driven to protect. When you break a routine, you encounter a resistance field. This manifests as sudden friction or discomfort, generated to pull you back into predictable patterns. Your habits and your sense of self are stabilization mechanisms. The interface uses them to maintain continuity, preventing you from exploring the edges of the simulation. System glitches appear when the predictive models of the interface fail to load correctly. Déjà vu or strange lapses in the timing of events suggest the world is assembled in real time rather than existing as fixed fact. These errors point toward a fundamental structural limit. Awareness is built to receive signals, which means it is incapable of perceiving a state where no signals exist. This is the continuity hypothesis. From the first-person perspective, you can only experience transitions and changes in state. The moment of your own non-existence is a data point the system is physically unable to record. As the line in this diagram shows, awareness bridges every gap it encounters. Because non-existence cannot be witnessed from the inside, the first-person field remains an unbroken chain of events. This leads to a difficult conclusion. The failure of the body does not provide a verifiable exit for awareness. If the first-person perspective only knows continuation, then the system may simply move you into a new configuration. We are reliant on the tools we have now because there is no proof that an end is even possible. Since we cannot observe a way out, the only viable response is to become a transgressor. This involves a cognitive decoupling, participating in the experience while recognizing that the interface is mediation. You practice the non-agreement protocol by allowing sensations to occur without endorsing the meaning the system assigns to them. You experience fear or pain as a raw signal, but you stop treating that signal as an absolute command. You can then utilize attention withdrawal. The interface requires your focus to fuel its stabilization loops. By removing your attention from high-intensity signals, you starve the mechanisms that dictate your behavior. A containment system maintains its hold through the ongoing consent of the participant. By refusing to agree with the claims of the interface, you begin to live inside the illusion without being owned by it.